Pain. It's the one thing we all try to escape. We spend our lives avoiding it, running from it, hiding behind comfort. But here's the truth most people will never understand. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your greatest teacher. It's the pathway to everything you've ever wanted to become. Every rep that burns your muscles, every drop of sweat that stings your eyes, every moment when your lungs scream for air. That's not suffering, that's transformation. That's the sound of weakness leaving your body. That's the old version of you dying so that a stronger one can be born. Pain doesn't destroy you. It defines you. It shapes you, molds you, breaks you down, and rebuilds you into something unstoppable. The fire you feel in those hard moments isn't meant to punish you. It's meant to forge you. You can't build strength and comfort. You can't discover greatness while hiding from struggle. The bridge between who you are and who you're meant to be is built from sweat, tears, and 1,000 moments of pain that you refuse to run from. Most people quit when pain shows up. The moment they feel discomfort, they retreat. They tell themselves, maybe I'm not built for this. But you can't think like that, because pain doesn't mean stop. Pain means go harder. Pain means you're close. Pain means you're alive. When you embrace pain, you discover something powerful. It loses control over you. It no longer becomes something to fear. It becomes fuel. Every struggle you survive adds another layer of strength to your character. Every setback you push through sharpens your mind like a blade. You start to realize that pain isn't a wall, it's a doorway. And the only way to reach your true potential is to walk straight through it. Think about it. Every great achievement in history, every warrior, athlete, creator, and leader who ever changed the world, they all shared one thing in common. They faced pain head on. They understood that growth lives on the other side of suffering. They didn't wait for easy days or perfect conditions. They built themselves in the fire. Because that's what pain does. It exposes what's weak and refines what's strong. It doesn't care about your excuses, your comfort zone, or your self-doubt. It shows up to test how bad you really want it. And when you choose to keep moving, when you push through the burn, through the fear, through the fatigue, you earn something that can't be bought, borrowed, or taught. You earn power, not just physical power, mental power, the kind that makes you unbreakable, the kind that whispers, I've been through worse, the kind that gives you control over your own limits. Pain teaches you that your body can go further than your mind believes. It teaches you discipline, humility, and respect for the grind. It teaches you to trust the process, even when it hurts. So the next time you're training, the next time you feel that ache, that burn, that desire to stop, remember this, that's the exact moment that separates the strong from the weak, the committed from the comfortable. Most will quit, you won't. Because you understand that every rep, every burn, every struggle is not punishment. It's preparation. It's progress. It's the bridge between who you are and who you're meant to be. Pain is not the end of the road. It's the beginning of greatness. Walk through it. Become it. Because pain is the pathway to power. Comfort, it's seductive. It's easy. It's everywhere. It's that warm bed in the morning when the alarm goes off and your dreams whisper, just 5 more minutes. It's that voice that says, you've done enough for today. Comfort feels safe. It feels peaceful. But make no mistake, comfort is the silent killer of greatness. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, you're making a decision. A small, quiet decision to stay the same. And here's the true saying, nothing legendary ever came from staying the same. Growth doesn't live in comfort. It lives in discomfort. It lives in those moments when you're tired, when you're uncertain, when you're scared to fail, but you show up anyway. You see, comfort and growth can't coexist. The more you chase comfort, the less you grow. The more you seek ease, the weaker your edge becomes. Because comfort doesn't demand anything from you. It lets you coast. It lets you relax. It lets you believe you're progressing while you're standing still. Discomfort is honest. It exposes your weaknesses. It strips away your excuses. It tells you exactly where you need to improve. The truth is, suffering isn't something to avoid. It's something to embrace. Because greatness doesn't bloom in ease, it blooms in adversity. Diamonds are formed in calm waters. They're created under pressure, under heat, under intensity. The same goes for you. Every time you step into discomfort, you give yourself a chance to evolve. Think about your workouts. The growth doesn't happen on the first easy set. It happens when your muscles are trembling, when your weight feels unbearable, when your mind screams, stop. That's where change lives. That's where your potential begins to wake up. Your body grows when it's stressed. Your mind sharpens when it's challenged. Your spirit becomes powerful when it's tested. Comfort tells you to slow down, to take it easy, to protect yourself. But protection is an illusion. It keeps you small. Discomfort, on the other hand, demands everything from you. It pushes you to show up when it's inconvenient, to stay consistent when no one's watching, to fight through fatigue, failure, and fear. That's where confidence is born. Every great athlete, every leader, every success story you admire, they all share one common truth. They refuse to be comfortable. They understood that real growth doesn't come from doing what's easy. It comes from doing what's necessary. They lived in the uncomfortable spaces where most people refuse to go. And that's why they're remembered while others are forgotten. When you choose discomfort, you're training your mind for life because life doesn't care about your comfort zone. Life will throw storms, pain, and setbacks your way. And if you've built yourself in comfort, you'll break. But if you've built yourself in discomfort, you'll bend and bounce back stronger. So don't pray for easy days. Don't wish for things to get simpler. Wish to get stronger. Wish to get tougher. Wish to be the kind of person who thrives in discomfort. Because when you stop fearing the hard things, you start conquering everything. The next time you feel that voice saying, take a break, skip today, it's fine. Remember, that's comfort talking. That's weakness in disguise. Silence it. Step into the pain. Lean into the grind, because every time you do, you're planting the seeds of greatness. Comfort may feel good for a moment, but it will cost you forever. Discomfort may hurt right now, but it will transform you for life. So rise above comfort. Seek the challenge. Embrace the struggle, because comfort is the enemy and greatness blooms in suffering. The mind is the most powerful weapon you'll ever have. Stronger than your arms, faster than your legs, tougher than any muscle in your body. Because the truth is this, your body doesn't quit when it's tired. It quits when your mind says it's done. Every limit you think you have, every time you've said, I can't, every moment you stop because it hurt, that wasn't your body failing. That was your mind surrendering. And that's where the battle really begins. The body is built to endure more than you can imagine. It's the mind that needs to be trained, the mind that needs to be disciplined, the mind that needs to be broken down and rebuilt stronger. You can lift weights, run miles, train every day, but until you train your mind to stay in the fight when everything in you wants to quit, you'll never know your true power. Your mind controls everything: your focus, your energy, your endurance, your belief. When your muscles start to burn, it's your mind that decides whether you stop or keep pushing. When your lungs scream for air, it's your mind that says, one more rep. When life gets hard and the world feels heavy, it's your mind that chooses whether you break or rise. The mind is the command center of your entire being. It tells your body what's possible. It sets the standard for how far you'll go. And the moment you learn to master it, truly master it, there's nothing you can't do. Most people never reach their physical limits because their minds never let them. They quit too soon. They mistake discomfort for defeat. They confuse pain with failure. But the few who understand the power of the mind, they go further, last longer, and rise higher because they know pain isn't a stop sign. It's a signal that says, you're close. When your body starts to shake, when your heart is pounding, when your breath feels like fire, that's not the end. That's the moment your mind gets tested. That's when the voice in your head starts whispering, you can't do this. And right there, in that split second, you have a choice: believe the lie or prove it wrong. Strength isn't about muscle size. It's about mental resilience. It's about being willing to fight past fatigue, to ignore doubt, to stay locked in when everything hurts. The strongest athletes, the greatest warriors, the most disciplined people on the planet, they're not superhuman. They've just built minds that refuse to quit. Your body will go wherever your mind leads it. If your mind is weak, your body follows. But if your mind is unbreakable, your body will adapt. It will rise to meet the standard your thoughts demand. That's why every battle begins in your head long before it's fought in the gym, on the field, or in life. You want to be unstoppable. Train your mind like you train your body. Challenge it with struggle. Starve it of excuses. Push it past fear. And when your mind learns to command your body instead of obey it, you'll unlock a level of strength you didn't know existed. Because here's the truth, your body has limits. Your mind doesn't. Your body might get tired, sore, and weak when it's trained. Focused and relentless will drag your body across the finish line every single time. So when you hit that wall, when you think you can't go another step, when everything in you wants to stop, remind yourself the body stops when the mind gives up, not before. Keep your mind strong and your body will follow because the mind is your strongest muscle. Motivation, it's a spark. It burns bright, but it burns out fast. It's the fire that gets you started, but it's discipline that keeps you going when that fire dies. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is forever. Everyone loves the feeling of being motivated. That rush of energy when you watch a powerful video, hear an inspiring story, or set a new goal. In that moment, you feel unstoppable. You feel like nothing can stand in your way. But what happens when you wake up tired? When your body aches, when life gets heavy, when the excitement fades? That's where most people stop. That's where dreams die. Because motivation is easy. It depends on emotion. Discipline is different. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline doesn't wait for the right moment. Discipline shows up, rain or shine, tired or rested, inspired or empty. Discipline is what gets you out of bed at 5 a.m. when no one's watching. It's what drags you to the gym after a long day when every cell in your body says, not today. It's what forces you to do one more rep, one more mile, one more hour, not because you feel like it, but because you said you would. Motivation is the voice that says, let's go. Discipline is the one that whispers, keep going. The truth is, success isn't built on bursts of motivation. It's built on the quiet, boring, relentless grind of discipline. It's built on consistency, doing what needs to be done, even when you don't want to do it. It's built on habits repeated every single day until excellence becomes automatic. The greatest athletes, the strongest minds, the most successful people on the planet, they don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems. Reteatments. They've built their lives around discipline because they know one simple fact: emotions are temporary, but discipline is permanent. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going when motivation is gone. That's the secret. Anyone can work hard when they feel inspired. That's easy. But can you work hard when you're exhausted? Can you stay committed when the results aren't showing yet? Can you keep pushing when nobody believes in you, when progress feels invisible, when the grind feels endless? That's the difference between average and elite. That's the difference between quitting and conquering. Discipline doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't negotiate with weakness. It doesn't wait for the perfect time because there is no perfect time. It does the work now, always. And here's the truth. Motivation will come and go, but every time you act with discipline, you build something stronger inside you trust. You start trusting yourself. You start proving day after day that you're someone who follows through, that you're someone who does what needs to be done, not when it's convenient, but when it's hard. That kind of self-trust becomes unshakable. It's the foundation of confidence, resilience, and greatness. Discipline builds identity. It makes you the kind of person who doesn't quit, who doesn't compromise, who doesn't need motivation to move forward. Stop waiting for that spark. Sparks fade, fires die. But the habit of discipline, that's eternal. Feed it every day. Show up every day. Show up when it's hard. Work when it's dull. Focus when you're tired. Because the day you stop needing motivation is the day you become unstoppable. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a choice. And the ones who choose discipline, they're the ones who win. Because motivation fades. Discipline endures. Inside every one of us, there are two voices. One pushes you forward, the voice of strength, discipline, and purpose. The other pulls you back, the voice of weakness, fear, and comfort. That small whisper in your head that says, take enough, take a break. You can quit now. That voice is not your friend. That's your old self begging for survival. See, the moment you start to push beyond your limits, the moment you step into pain, your old self feels threatened. It knows it's losing control. So it starts whispering, planting seeds of doubt, trying to drag you back into the comfort you've worked so hard to escape. That's what weakness does. It hides behind logic. It tells you stories to protect your comfort zone. It says, You're tired. You'll do better tomorrow. It says, you deserve a break. It disguises itself as reason, but it's not reason. It's resistance. It's fear. It's the part of you that wants to stay small. And here's the truth. The only way to silence that voice is through action, not arguing with it, not negotiating with it, crushing it with movement, with work, with discipline. Every time you choose to keep going when it says stop, that voice grows weaker. Every time you listen to yourself, your new self, your future self, you build power. When you're deep in a workout and your body starts to scream, your lungs are burning, your muscles are shaking. That's when the voice gets loudest. It tells you you can't, but that's a lie. You can. Your body still has fuel left. Your mind still has strength left. You just have to push through the noise and find the quiet place where determination lives. Because that whisper, that's the voice of the person you're trying to leave behind, the quitter, the excuse maker, the version of you that stayed comfortable for too long. And every time you choose to ignore it, you're killing that version one rep at a time, one map at a time, one painful second at a time. That's the process of transformation. It's not pretty. It's not easy. And it sure as hell isn't comfortable. It's war. A war between who you are and who you're meant to be. And the battlefield is inside your own head. The strong don't win because they never hear the voice of weakness. They win because they've learned to silence it. They've learned to act in spite of it. They've built a habit of not listening. They understand that the voice never really goes away. It just gets quieter the more you rise above it. So when that voice tells you to stop, you go harder. When it says you're done, you prove it wrong. When it screams that you've reached your limit, you show it what limitless really looks like. Because every time you silence that inner voice, you strengthen the voice that truly matters, the one that says, keep going. That voice, your voice, the voice of resilience, of courage, of dominance, that's the one that will carry you through the pain and into greatness. Weakness will always whisper. It will always try to talk you out of your destiny. But your job is simply stand tall in the pain, push past the doubt, embrace the suffering. Because every time you silence the voice of weakness, you give power to the voice of strength. And that's how champions are built. Look around you. The world is full of average. People satisfied with good enough. People who aim for mediocrity and call it success. People who chase comfort, avoid challenge, and live their entire lives inside the walls of the ordinary. You weren't built for average. You weren't designed to blend in. You were built to break through. Every day, most people wake up, go through the motions, do what's expected. They follow routines, follow trends, follow the crowd. But the uncommon, they do something different. They lead. They push boundaries. They refuse to be defined by the limitations of others. Being uncommon means being uncomfortable. It means doing the things others won't so you can achieve what others can't. It means showing up early, staying late, working harder, and thinking deeper. It's about holding yourself to a higher standard, even when nobody's watching, because the uncommon don't need applause. Their reward is excellence. The truth is, being uncommon isn't just about being better than others. It's about being better than you were yesterday. It's a competition with your own potential, a war between who you are and who you're capable of becoming. Most people will never fight that war because it's hard. It requires sacrifice, loneliness, and relentless focus. But the ones who do, they separate themselves forever. You see, it's easy to be good when everyone around you is average. It's easy to shine in a crowd of comfort seekers. But when you step into a room full of people who are already strong, already dedicated, already elite, that's when you find out who you really are. That's where being common among the uncommon begins. To be uncommon among the uncommon means to never settle, even when you're ahead. It means raising your standards again and again, no matter how high you've climbed. It means you don't just break limits, you destroy them. You don't just win once. You set a new bar that makes others question what's possible. You can't fake being uncommon. It's written in your habits, your mindset, your willingness to do what others avoid. It's in the way you attack your day, the way you handle failure, the way you grind when there's no spotlight, no audience, no applause. It's a mindset that says, will not stop at good. I will not settle for enough. I will not be one of them. The uncommon don't chase motivation. They chase mastery. They don't care about trophies. They care about transformation. And when they look around and see a world full of average, they don't feel superior. They feel responsible, responsible to lead, to inspire, to raise the standard for what human potential looks like. But here's the hard truth: being uncommon means you'll stand alone. It means you'll be misunderstood. You'll be criticized. You'll be doubted. Because when you do what others won't, you remind them of what they could be, and that scares them. But that's okay. Greatness has never been about fitting in. It's about standing out no matter the cost. So don't aim to be accepted. Aim to be exceptional. Don't lower your intensity to make others comfortable. Make them uncomfortable enough to rise with you. Because the world doesn't need more average. It doesn't need more people hiding behind excuses and comfort zones. It needs warriors. It needs you. You were not built to blend in. You were built to break through. So be uncommon. And when you meet the uncommon, be uncommon among them too.